guys, let's talk evolution. I've been talking to you guys about what the messages from your soul, like what is it that your soul is wanting to tell you through your pain and your disease, long-term pain or chronic pain, especially that pain that can't be diagnosed. Or there is a diagnosis, but really, even though it's being treated, it's not really going away. You can't seem to be getting ahead of it. So your body brings you messages. Your soul communicates with you through your body. And depending on where it is, there's a particular message. Which chakra it falls into, it really helps you to interpret what it is that your soul is wanting to highlight for you. Perhaps you have found that you keep struggling in a particular area. It's causing you distress, it's causing you disease, and you have blockages in a particular area, and you've really been wanting to get ahead of that. And for the most part, people think that if only I could move certain things out of my way, if only I could move these hindrances, these blockages, these issues, these people, these situations that frustrate me out of my way, if only I could change that, then I would feel better. If only they would behave better or differently, then I would feel better. And this never gets us anywhere, because other people and situations are really just an illusion. They're a manifestation of what is active and what is taking place within you. So your belief patterns, your concepts, your self-concepts, your relationship with, your belief about certain things, your expectations in relation to certain things is what you hold active energetically, and that is the basis upon which you create your next experience on that same subject, or just your reality in general. So let's take a look at what it is that your soul wants to bring your attention to when you're having headaches. Now, headaches, it depends where it is. Sometimes you can have it in the back of your head, at the top of your head, on the side, at the front. Normally it's the sinuses in the front. So I'm looking at the general area at the top of the head or the sides. Okay. If you struggle with blood pressure, then there is a tendency to have that pressure at the top of the head, but it is stress related, and it's got to do with pressure. There is pressure in a particular area. There is pressure that is not being released. It's not being set free. It is being held in this particular place in your mind, in your thought processes. It is very active in the internal dialogue that takes place here between you and whatever that subject is. Whatever it is you're telling yourself, arguments that you're having with someone, whoever it is that you are struggling with or that you find challenges with at that particular time or at this time. When this message makes sense to you, obviously you're not going to click on this if you never get headaches. If it's something that you're dealing with at the moment, and you find that you find yourself constantly dealing with that, it is pressure around holding on to concepts and perspectives about the relationship with that person, that situation, ultimately with yourself. That is at the core of it, the basis of it. That you're having these arguments and you're repeating these concepts and these beliefs to yourself over and over. When you struggle with headaches, at the root of that is the pressure you place upon yourself because you are criticizing yourself about the situation. The actions remain the same, the choices remain the same, the coping mechanism, how you deal with the situation is not changing. And you know that that is where things need to change. And you keep beating yourself over the head about it. You see, keeping self-critical about the situation or the issue, and it's not helping. Because if you're the creator of your reality, your energy, the energy that you hold active, who you are as a being, is what sends out the energetic vibration that then attracts what you welcome into your life. And if you are critical of yourself, you are not looking at your position in the situation from an empowered perspective. Instead, you are looking at it from a judgmental perspective, filled with self-loathing, filled with self-hatred, filled with criticism of self. If only I handled that different, he or she would love me. If only I did this differently, people would treat me better. Maybe there's something wrong with me. Maybe I am the problem. Maybe I am broken. Maybe what? And we can go into so much detail about this. As I said, that conversation, that argument that you have with yourself in your head about the situation, or the argument, the turmoil that you hold active in your mind with that person throughout your day, is that pressure where you are holding all of that conflict right here, where you have the basis of all of your self-concept, and you are not looking at the situation from a perspective that lets you off the hook. First and foremost, what is my responsibility and what is not? What am I holding on to that I shouldn't be holding on to? What am I trying to change that is actually somebody else's to change? And how am I viewing the situation and myself in the situation from a critical perspective that holds me in a backward position? What is going to be the perspective that helps me to move forward, a more empowered one? Seeing yourself empowered, looking at the positive aspects, looking at the reasons why you have made the choices you made from a more loving perspective, being more forgiving of yourself, as if you were having the conversation with your friend and saying, look, you do this because you love, because you're trying the best you can, because this is what you want, and you are at a place now where you're realizing this is not working, so you can let go. There's nothing wrong with you for letting this go, for letting it breathe, for letting it be. It doesn't mean you're a failure. So that internal dialogue is really at the basis of those headaches of yours. When you're trying to fix problems that you have no control over, when you should actually be focusing on your self-concepts and your perspective of self, that might be negative. That's where your power lies. I'll see you next time.